Hi students, in the previous sessions and all we were discussing about grammar. Today in this class we shall be dealing about a poem, Plant Tree. Plant Tree. Students, in your textbook they have given the writer or the poet of this poem as a noun. A noun is nothing but unknown. It is unknown. Like we don't know who has written this poem. But actually, this poem has been written by Lucy Lacrom. Lucy Lacrom. Here, in your textbook, they have mentioned the poet as a noun. That is unknown. But this poem has actually written by Lucy Lacrom. Okay? We see these days that people are becoming more aware about the environment, and there also every year we celebrate Vana Mahotsava, and during those 7 days we actually see that people are planting trees, and we also see that people are telling not to cut the tree, not to deforest it. Do you really think, or why do you think that plants are necessary? That's one question. Yes, plants are very much necessary for the earth. Why? Because plants are the main source. See here, human beings are more selfish actually. They think if there was no use from plants, definitely we would have cut it. But you have to see in the newspaper where it makes the daily headline as like few people are cutting trees. And do you remember the lady that hugged the tree and she started, what's she started? Do you remember? Yes, that's the answer you have to find out. Do you remember the lady who used to hug the tree and she asked people not to cut the trees? Yes, you have to find the answer. That I'll not be answering it. Okay? So here, plant a tree. Why do we want to plant a tree? And if we plant a tree, what are the benefits and how it is useful for we people? We can see if we plant a tree, we get food, truly essential. We also get oxygen. You all have studied in science that during photosynthesis or plants take carbon dioxide and releases oxygen. We inhale oxygen and we exhale carbon dioxide. And the balance between the plant and the earth or the human beings, it has to be equal. It has to be in a balanced way. If the amount of oxygen is decreased, and the amount of carbon dioxide is increased. If CO2 is increased and O2 is decreased, then there is no balance between the level of carbon dioxide and the level of oxygen. Then our air gets polluted. Our air gets polluted. Then whatever the air we are taking in or we are inhaling is not suitable, isn't it? Because it is very much necessary or essential actually. It is very much essential. Without oxygen, we may die. If we imagine that if we take a bottle of oxygen daily, the cost is around, okay, you just keep the cost is around 10 rupees or 5 rupees. How many people are surviving on this earth? Just imagine. And who is providing so much amount of oxygen? It's only by plants, not by any other creature. See, to live on this earth, how essential oxygen is. And there must always be an equal balance between plants and human beings. The amount of carbon dioxide we human beings release it, the amount to take that one, the amount of plants should also be equal. Isn't it? Your job is at least plant one tree next to your house It not only provides you to oxygen, but it also it gives you fresh air, which is very good for health. These days, people who are living in urban areas, they travel to rural sites so that they can get fresh air. And people who are living in Delhi, they go outskirts so that the pollution, the vehicles pollution and all, they can avoid it. They come once in a year. If they are affluent, they can come and they can do it. But what about other people? So we should, as we, the citizens of universe, we the people of universe, we have to pledge that we will not cut the trees. So what and all the joy, the happiness that we get from this planted tree, let me read it. Firstly, we shall start reading a poem. There is a pre-reading activity. You reap what you sow. Bible. If you sow a single grain, in return you will get a bunch full. If you plant a tree and see that it grows into full size, what rewards can be got? Like if अगर मैं एक बीज डाली तो मेरे को एक झाड़ आता है, वो झाड़ से क्या क्या फायदे नहीं हो सकते? We know that, right? If I have a mango tree, every year I get mangoes. I can sumptuously and deliciously I can consume it. But what if I don't have it? I really have to buy from the market, and that's very costly, isn't it? Here, if what you sow, you will get it definitely. If you are cutting a tree, you will, like you people, like if I am cutting a tree, then I will be responsible for the death of so many people around me. Yes, of course, if I cut the tree, there's no survival of birds. Where do they live? We people are constructing houses, buildings, apartments and everything. Have you ever thought if we cut the trees, where would the birds go? Can we hear so much of birds? Can we see so much of birds in the sky these days? We really don't, because we have destroyed their homes to construct our house or our home. How selfish are we and how cruel we are. We say that we should not kill animals, but we are responsible for death of so many birds. Isn't it? So that's the pre-reading activity. In the next class, we shall discuss more about it. Stay home, stay blessed, go through the poem, we shall read it. Bye-bye.